Let's get this.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Mindset Playground. And I'm your host, LouAnne Hunt. And we are having so much fun this week. We are doing quick interviews. It's called Podapalooza, and they're not pre-scripted at all. So we're just having so much fun with them. And I have another amazing guest on the Mindset Playground with me today. And let me ask you this for your first question. For those meeting you for the very first time, who are you and what lights you up in the work you do?
Okay. My name is Lori Danecke, and I'm an empowerment and transformation coach for women. And what lights me up is just it's the change from the first moment of the call to the last moment of the call, the session. And I mean, it could be an hour, it could be 3 hours. It just depends on what we're doing. But just to what I noticed in the beginning is they're kind of slumped over. I take cues like where are their shoulders, where's their chin, and then at the end it's like the shoulders are up, the chin is up, and they're looking and they're smiling. They have much more color in their face, and I just love to watch that transformation and how fast it can happen.
Well, I hope it happens with me. There we go. Okay, so what's something most people get completely wrong about success, happiness, or fulfillment?
Most people think it's harder than it actually is.
Really? Can you
Yeah,
expand on
it's
that a
hard.
little or?
I mean, I can speak from personal experiences is that to get where you want to go, it has to be hard. It's
Uh,
hard work, you gotta stick to it, you gotta have that that stake in the ground kind of attitude. And yes, that works, but it also can be very frustrating when things don't, when things kind of go sideways and you don't understand. And there's a lot of things that can block your progress. And that's where I help the women is I really help them release the blocks, what's holding them back from getting all that fulfillment and prosperity and just literally getting fun back in their life.
oh, wow. That's amazing. You're definitely needed. I'll tell you what, with everything that's going on in the world today, it's definitely needed. That's just my opinion. So, what did you have to stop believing about yourself to move forward?
Um, I had to stop believing that I wasn't good enough.
Mm. Do you find that's a
You
big
know,
one?
yeah, it is. It's very common and and it's interesting because not feeling like you're not enough is actually just a scratch of the surface. It's actually deeper than that. Um, I got down to that, yes, I believed that I wasn't good enough, but I also, from childhood, it was like if you didn't do it perfect, don't do it at all. So you had to do it perfect if you were going to be accepted or get where you want to go. And you know what? Perfection to me now is way overrated.
Yeah.
The idea is for us to do the best that we can with what we know. And the more that we learn, the better we can get at it because we don't know everything. Everybody thinks we know everything. We need to know everything, but you don't need to know everything. That's where if you don't know something, reach out to someone that you do know who knows that and get help from them. So the idea is that I have to do it alone. I truly believe that I am all alone. I have to do this by myself. It's just me. And I don't, you can edit this or not, but that's complete bullshit.
I won't be editing.
No, and that's the kind of BS that we tell ourselves as women. We must do it by ourselves on our own, just to because we're constantly trying to, I believe anyways, prove ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's time to
Well,
stop proving ourselves.
so true. And I think that, talking about childhood, nobody ever thinks about how much a child is going to be affected when they become an adult. Nobody thinks about that. But if you look at everything that's going on in the world, Most of it, if not all of it, stems back to childhood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because our basically from 0 to 5, that's 0 to 7 are our imprint years. So anything that happens in that 0 to 7 is it kind of locks itself into place.
And
And
I think the
parents
fact
or
that you don't,
teachers or whatever
yeah,
have no idea how each child is going to interpret something because we all have different filters based on how we grew up.
right. And that's what I was going to say too, is the fact that we have no idea how one child is going to be able to handle it compared to the next child, like you said, because of our own filters. And that's the sad part.
It is, and I think nowadays there's much more awareness in the world that what we say matters.
Yes. Even what we say to ourselves.
Absolutely, because oftentimes you are your own worst enemy. I mean, who is your biggest critic? I know that I am my biggest critic. Absolutely. People are going
Yeah.
like, why are you saying that about yourself? Well, because that's the truth. It's it's just programming. It's programming.
Absolutely. So true. So true. And I often wonder, you know, maybe there's a reason why I grew up like this because would I be completely different? Would I be as successful or unsuccessful, really? If you want to be honest with yourself, would I be this way if I grew up with, a whole different set of parents and siblings? Like, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's everybody is unique.
Hmm.
There's not one individual in the world that is exactly the same as another. You can even say that about twins. They may look exactly alike, identical twins, but they have different personalities. They're different people. And I know I grew up with several friends who were twins, and it was amazing how different they looked exactly the same, were pretty close, but they were completely different people, different personalities.
Even
And I
though
think
they
that's really
tried to maybe
important that we
be,
remember that.
yeah, and maybe they tried to be like each other, but still, there's that little thing that kind of
Yeah,
separates them from everybody else.
yeah.
So, what's one small decision that changed everything for you?
Uh, one that I deserve more
Ah,
and I deserve better. Those are the two. Like I deserve more and better than what I had.
how did you incorporate that into everyday life so that it could help with your thought process?
Well, when I finally figured it out, I mean, as a coach, I still need coaches.
Yeah.
I still have coaches. So at the beginning, I mean, really, it came around my golf game. I wanted to play better golf. I was frustrated. I was angry. It just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. This isn't any fun. And then I discovered a coach who was talking about the mindset around golf, and I'm going like, well, that sounds interesting. So I took the 5 day class, set goals, and accomplished them all within 3 months because my mindset shut takes that quickly.
Wow.
And what I realized a lot of, I mean, that was the beginning of my journey. What I realized then is that the game of golf was a direct reflection of what was going on in my life.
Interesting. Why is that?
It's There's something about the game of golf where the best and the worst comes out in people.
Okay.
It's the most difficult game to play in the entire world. I truly believe that. It's just there's so many swing thoughts and things and that can go sideways or can go really well. And it was just interesting that when I figured it out that like what's happening on the golf course is exactly what's happening at home. Now the things in the golf course are changing. How do I make the things in my life change?
Oh,
And that was the moment that things clicked. It's like, okay, I deserve more because I knew I deserved more on the golf course, but I did not realize and understand that I deserved more in life too. So that's when things changed when I said, you deserve more than what you're getting. And I started
so
asking. I started asking for what I wanted. And when I didn't get it, then I made changes.
Oh. So let me ask you how this relates to the golf player, the outside pressures that they're, like say a champion golf player, the outside pressures, does that add a lot to the mental side of the game or the emotional side of the game or the mindset?
It can, sure, because I mean nobody wants to embarrass himself on a golf course when you're playing with other people. If you're playing by yourself, it doesn't matter. But it actually is internal. It really is because it's you and the ball. That's it. Like it's you, the ball, and the course. The other three people you're playing with cannot influence your game. It's an I call it an inside job. It's an
Oh,
inside job.
interesting.
So, if I have a really great shot, it's like I'm celebrating. But if I had a really bad one, I was like cussing and slamming the club, and it's like nobody else was doing that. I was doing that. I created that golf world for myself, as I did create the life that I had as well. So I do take responsibility for my part in it.
Very interesting. I like that. So, if somebody listening right now feels stuck, what would you say directly to them?
Um, the best thing I can say, and it's part of my program, is to make a declaration. Declare to yourself what you want. I will put that stake in the ground. I want and put the stake in the ground and do without without breaking any laws or, intentionally hurting people. What do I want? Put that stake in the ground and do whatever it takes to get it.
Do you want to talk for just a second about the programs that you do have or that you're offering? Because I will be putting the description in the description section underneath this video. But if you want to tell the audience about maybe a freebie or something that you have that they might be interested in checking out.
Yeah, so my new program that I'm launching is called The Stubborn Truth. And one of the character calls and characteristics of myself, and it has is that I'm very stubborn. And I always thought that that was a bad thing. And actually, I've recently discovered that, oh, you know what? Being as stubborn I am has got me everything that I wanted.
Ah,
It may be in different degrees of what I wanted, but when I'm stubborn and you make that declaration, I will put the stake in the ground, put yourself first. That's when things start. So I have the 4-step program. It's called the 4Ds. People start out, women particularly, in desperation. I don't want this anymore, but I don't know what to do to make the changes.
right.
That's where I come in. The declaration is what I just said. I will. And I said to when I think I was 12, actually, I put the stake in the ground, which I forgot that I had done, is I will live in British Columbia someday. So whatever it is that you want, put it out there. Say it to yourself. You don't have to tell anybody else if you don't want to. But if you put that stake in your ground for yourself, that's the starting point. And then what comes happen next is the determination to get there, which is basically a series of decisions that will support you to accomplish your goal. And that's this is where also a coach comes in
Hmm.
because you make decisions, but you're blocking yourself from making those actual decisions. I'm not good enough. It's too scary. I feel guilty about, wanting more and, all the thoughts and emotions that come up. And because in the determination, that's where the resistance starts to waves, that starts to fall away a little bit. And you are taking responsibility for what you want. It's not anybody else's responsibility to get you what you want, it's yours. And then there's the dream, which is the fourth part. And that's where you clear up all of those things that were keeping you from having that dream. And you can see the vision. You can actually picture it as if you're living in it already. And as soon as when you can do that, that's when the magic starts to happen.
Wow, that's really good. So you're going to have that program available.
Yes. And the start of it is I can send you the link so you can post it. Is there's a link to a quiz.
Oh, nice.
Gives
I
you
like
gives you an
quizzes.
idea of what are those four states you're in
Mm-hmm.
and to what degree. Because we're kind of all in all of them at the same time, but at different levels. As you get closer to the dream, the desperation starts to dissipate.
Mm-hmm.
There may be moments of that desperation, but redeclaring. But I also have a 4 video series that I can also give you a link for that one for each of these four.
Oh, great.
And it teaches a mindset concept that relates to each one.
Well, that would be amazing. So I'll make sure that I put all of that information in the description below. So now, before we go, it's time for the Mindset Playground Lightning Round. These are
So
quick answers. First thing that comes to mind. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
10 seconds on the clock, please. I'm kidding. Okay. So, first one is a joy check. What is bringing you the most joy in your life right now?
Travel and my grandchildren.
What's something you did that scared you, but you're glad you did it?
Getting on Podapalooza interviews.
There you go. That scared me too the first time. What's one strength you have that people might not see at first? What's your superpower?
Well, apparently I've come up with stubborn is my superpower. So, and yes, there's varying degrees of that, but yeah, the my superpower besides being stubborn is that I love talking to people. And I will talk to anybody. I could walk up to a stranger and have a conversation. So
See, you should have your own podcast. You can talk to
apparently I
lots of
should.
people. Okay, what's one small habit that makes a big difference in your day every day?
Getting enough sleep.
Oh, there's a good one. That's so important. That
Yeah,
is
I
my,
find out the hard, I find out the hard way when I haven't had enough sleep.
yeah, that's my daily struggle, I swear.
Yeah,
So, okay, and these are words to live by. Finish this sentence. Life is too short to.
waste it.
I like it. And how about this? The Mindset Playground Wisdom. What's one message you'd love to leave on the playground wall for everyone to see?
Cut yourself some slack.
Well, those are some great answers. I think you've won the lightning round. You've just won a two-slice toaster.
Awesome.
Well, I have enjoyed our conversation so much, and I'm so glad that you were able to stop by the Mindset Playground.
And LouAnne, I really appreciate you, choosing me to be on your podcast. And this is the kind of work that I love to do. And this is one of the ways to spread the word that every woman deserves to live their dream.
Well, tell you what, how about one day you come back on the Mindset Playground and we'll do a real interview?
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, me too. Okay, well, thank you so much. And for now, we'll say goodbye.
Thank you, everybody.